The reason for this research is that Rizal Flavor streetwear transaction and inventory are kept in notes on mobile phones. Records are listed by hands. Local businesses are in competition, and some local businesses are trying to grow their business and get more exposure through social media. The main objective of this study is to develop a web-based management system and mobile application for Rizal Flavor streetwear that manage inventory and transactions. Specifically, to develop a mobile application for Rizal Flavor streetwear, develop a web-based inventory management system for Rizal Flavor streetwear, and to evaluate the application using the ISO 9126, the functionality, reliability, usability, efficiency, maintainability, and portability. Significance of the study consists of customer, web, and mobile apps will feature the best-selling menu, delivery, and payment choices. Second, Rizal Flavored Streetwear. The web admin panel will let Rizal Flavor Streetwear manage transaction history, product inventories, and sales report. The third one is the ICP. The web and mobile app will give development suggestion. And the last is future researchers. This research can serve as a basis for new research.
So good day everyone, my name is Jericho Bangot and today I will discuss the scope of the study. So for the scope of the study, we have the dashboard, the product catalog module, the login module, account management, and product inventory module. So next. So it also has the customer account for mobile application that has dashboard, product catalog module, login module, account management, cart module, and checkout module. And for the delimitation of the study, it has no GPS or Google Map API tracking system for orders. It is accessible only through internet connection, and it is also a web application, which is the admin, and the mobile application is for the customers. And it does not include debit or credit card payments.
Hello, I am Adrian O. De La Cruz and I will be presenting our target users, conceptual framework, and research methodology. So let's get started. For the owner, we have made the web application for the admin so that they can easily check on different information such as the amount of orders. For the local customers, the products were locally made there, so our focus of people will be there. Lastly, for the teenagers, our products were mostly composed of clothing that fits for their age. And let's move on for the conceptual framework. For our conceptual framework, we will be showing the overall concept in our project. We have the input, process, output, and evaluation. In input, we have the different requirements such as the knowledge, which is composed of data gathering and Rizal Flavor Facebook page, the software, which is the needed application to develop the system, and hardware, desktop, Wi-Fi, and Android. In process, we are using the agile model, but we will be further discussing it later. So let's move on to the output. The output will be the resulting application, which is the RFS PH. On the very last in our conceptual framework is the evaluation. We will be using the ISO 9126 to evaluate our system, basing on the functionality, reliability, usability, efficiency, portability, and maintainability. And that is all for the conceptual framework, so let's proceed on our research methodology. In our research methodology, we will highly focus on the project development, which is shown in this diagram. In here, the team makes use of the agile development as it has minimal rules and easy to manage and understand. As we can see here, there are 6 phases which will be followed for the development. First is requirements. This phase is the starting point of the development, which helps us reduce time while developing, as we do not need to check if we are missing something or not. Next is plan. After getting the needed requirements, it is given that we need to make a plan to focus on the task and goals given for the project. On the third phase, we have the design. In this phase, we share ideas to plan out the design concept in our project to satisfy the requirements and guide the developers on what the expected output will result in. Develop. In development, it is where the actual coding take place, as it is where we apply the design and all the needed parts in a application. Release. This is the phase in where we deploy the application to a live environment to conduct our evaluation and test for the system. Lastly, we have the track and monitor. This phase focuses on checking and maintaining the application to ensure the project is fully functioning what it is active. And that is all in my end. Thank you for listening.
So for system architecture, this defines the structure, behavior, and moral view of a system. This model shows the interaction of presentation tier, logical tier, and data tier to the users and admin. The presentation tier is responsible for user interaction and inputs. Its also main purpose is to display information from the users. The logical tier process all that information user provide. For example, user wants to buy item from the shop. That information will go through different process like the product will have to go to order module, cart, payment, and delivery. And lastly, data tier. Data tier controls the servers where the information is stored. This hubs keeps different information like customer data and transaction history for our system. So for the use case diagram, we divided it by two. The first use case diagram shows the web system. This diagram illustrates how different actors can interact with the system. Both users and admin can log in. This includes verification method. The purpose of the system is both user and admin can manage customer and staff information, manage product, inventory, monitor sales, and see transaction history. Both actors can also modify information such as add, delete, update, which will be recorded to the database. For the use case mobile application diagram, customers can create an account by filling up application form, and both customers and owner can log in. This diagram also shows that customer can browse, add product, check out, and make payment while the result favors it or the owner is responsible for verifying order and other information required for the system transaction.
So, greetings ma'am. My name is Joseph Jabel Medel. So, I'm here to present slide 14. So, for slide 14, it is the context diagram. We structured the context diagram in a way that conveys the overall scope of the project, not to show the processes involved as I will present that later at the data flow diagram level 1. So, at a glance, the diagram presents the RFS PH mobile app as the center. Also, the features it contains and the processes under these features. Processes such as the customer account, where the user has the option to order, or the sales and report request that is handled by management, and finally the web administrator that handles item orders and the inventory. So next slide. The data flow diagram of the project. The first level of data flow diagram is the level 1. For the level 1 data flow of the project, it revolves around the data stores and in which shows the flow of the system. So those are the customers. This is where the customer info and the order details are sent to the customer information management as data flows. So next is the managed customer information. It is a data store that manages the data flows that comes from the customers and are also sent to the RFSPH web administrator. Next data flow is the RFS page web admin. It is the another data store that manages the flow of data on list of prices and then sends them to the reports request management. So after that, an update of the transaction details, which is also a data flow, at the bottom are sent to the customer. As you can see in the bottom is the order details. So for the data flow level 2 diagram, this data flow level focuses more on the database processes, as you can see here on the right diagram, and how they interact with other sub-processes from level 1. So right here at the right diagram, let's start from the customer data store. The customer data store, which sends order info to the customer info management after the customer orders. So just like the other diagram. After that, the customer info management updates the list of customers, which is a data flow, and sends it to the customer database to store data. Meanwhile, the product information management is another data store which handles the data on the list of orders. The list of orders is then handled by the web admin that sends the updates on the products to the product database. It is also the one that handles the price info that is stored in the sales database. That is also a data store. So for the product database here at the middle of the diagram, it is another data store that it handles the customer orders and the purchase update is sent to the customer. It also handles the data flow for price information, which is a part of the details of an order. Finally, the manage reports data store manages the order details as well, there at the bottom right. Moreover, it generates report of the order updates that turns into details of an order. So next slide. For the development tools used for the application, we used applications such as Photoshop and Canva for designing the following: the app logo, the icon elements found in the app, and designing the prototype for the user interface. Meanwhile, we use Visual Studio Code as the coding environment for developing the structure of the website and the app. Finally, in tandem with VS Code IDE, we utilize the Ionic framework for the front-end UI of the system, together with its features on building a web project into a mobile application. So next slide. The final slide is the work plan of the project. So the first column here represents the work plan for RFS-PH, and it has 6 phases and its sub-phases, where it is also assigned a month for its development. And those are: the first phase is the planning, and under it is the project acceptance and brainstorming. This is designated to be done in the month of June 2022. The next phase is the requirement analysis, and its sub-phases are the project analysis and finalizing the project requirement. So requirement analysis is done during the span of July 2022. Next phase is the designing phase, the third phase, which encompasses the development of color combination of the application and the wireframe and image editing. Design phase is executed together with requirement analysis in the month of July. So next phase is the fourth phase, and it is called the development, and under it is the coding or system creation. Then after that is the demo or simulation of the project. So project development is done during the period of the months of September 2022 to February 2023. So after the development phase, next is the testing phase, which contains the monitoring of the application and polishing some errors or changes. The testing phase is done in 2 months from March to April 2023. Finally, the last phase of the project development is deployment, which we plan to deploy the application and evaluate thereafter. Deployment phase is performed at the month of May 2023. So in conclusion, the second column represents the member assigned on the phase of development of the project, which are the only 2 outliers, like members Bangud assigned to color combination and Camus for system creation or coding. So the rest of the phases are accomplished by the entire team. The system development cycle is carried out in a span of 11 months from June 2022 to May 2023. The work plan for RFSPH was designed to help the developers to allocate tasks of the project, manage workflow, and keep track of all the different parts and dates for milestones. So that's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nico Abunar, and in this video I'm gonna make a quick tour about our system. So first is the web admin. You can see here the login page, and let's try opening our account. Uh, um, you notice here that there are three different user types: super admin, admin, and staff. In this video, I'm gonna use super admin. So we are here in the dashboard panel. We can see different information such as message, order, inventory, sales, users, account, and logout. So for the database, we can see the different accounts stored in my PHP, my admin. So for the mobile application, we can see the login page and sign up module. So in this video, I'm gonna use the login page because I already created my account. So in this mobile application, you can see categories, featured selling product, and other items. So if I want to buy this item, you can click here. We can see different sizes and color. In the side panel, you can look at different information such as profile, um, my cart, favorite, and my orders. So that's all for a quick video of our system.
Good day, ma'am, and good day, everyone. Are you looking to spice up your wardrobe? Maybe add a flavor to it? Well, Rizal Flavors Streetwear has you to spice it up. Firstly, you will need to download our mobile app, Rizal Flavors Streetwear PH. Then create an account and start exploring our products. We have all kinds of t-shirts to spice up your flavor, from men's t-shirts to women's, and also kids. We also offer t-shirts for unisex. Right here below, we can also see our best-selling products, and right here on the bottom, we can see the other items or products that we offer, ranging from shorts to masks and also bonnets. Remember, Rizal Street Flavor Streetwear always knows your taste. Remember, Rizal Street Flavor Remember, Rizal Flavor Streetwear always knows your taste.